With us now is Lisa Roselli, and she brought two of her patients with her, Shirley and Ronald. Welcome to the show, to the three of you. So it's Shirley, Lisa, and Ronald. How are you all? Good?
Great.
Good. Lisa, what made you decide to help people hear better?
I always had a passion for helping people to communicate with their family and friends. And I went to school for audiology. I learned sign language because I wasn't sure if I was going to work with the deaf population.
I know how to fingerspell my name.
Do you?
See if this is correct.
Okay.
So it would be D-O-N-N. Is this A?
Yep.
I could barely remember, but it just all of a sudden when you learn, it kind of came back to me. Okay. So wait, is it name?
Name.
Oh, name. And this is?
You don't even have to say.
You don't do that part anymore?
Yeah, you don't have to say is. You could just say my name and then spell
and
it
then
out.
spell Donna. Okay, so it doesn't have to be literal when you're doing sign language exactly like it's more the concept of it. Getting the most important words. So you studied that, and then you just,
I did, because I was considering becoming an interpreter or going into deaf education, and then I was introduced to the field of audiology, which I loved. Worked for other people for 20 plus years, and then decided to open my own practice so that I really wanted to have people communicate, because there's a quote from Helen Keller that when you're blind and you can't see, it separates people from things. But when you're deaf and you can't hear, it separates people from people.
I like that. She was remarkable, right?
She was. And I actually did my fellowship at Helen Keller National Center.
They do beautiful work there.
Yeah.
They really do. That was something even as a young child when I remember learning about her, just so fascinated about her journey and how many things that she was able to accomplish, for herself and for others. And so, Shirley, what was your connection with Dr. Lisa? And then we're going to hear Ronald's story too.
Well, I was going to different doctors to begin with, and nobody was really helping me. And I went to Lisa, and she just made everything so comfortable. I wasn't sure if I wanted a hearing aid because I was a little bit iffy about it, but I love it now. I don't even know how I did like a whole 2 years without it.
So for 2 years you couldn't hear, and then she fitted you with an apparatus and you're able to hear. And Lisa, what is your journey with Ronald? Ronald, tell us about your story.
Yes. I've had the hearing aids for approximately 20 years. I've had 4 or 5 different types of hearing aids. And of course the first ones, I could hear again. It's a gradual situation with hearing disabilities. And my insurance said, well, I'd go to Thunder Hearing. So I went to Lisa, and she, of course, fitted me. And when I went back to put the hearing aids in, I was just blown out. It was just the first time I've had hearing aids that really were so perfect for me. And then the greatest thing was she set me up with the pairing with my cell phone so that I could control the hearing, but not only the hearing, but if it was a noisy atmosphere or even for the TV. And she's been just absolutely perfect at setting it all up for me. And it's interesting that with the hearing aids now, I was telling her recently that I can actually hear my grandfather clock several feet away by ticking now. So the hearing aids are absolutely perfect.
Wow. So it's been life-changing for you.
It really has.
So I read somewhere that, is it true like you're 92 years young? Is that true?
I'm 92, yes.
Wow, Ronald, that's extraordinary.
Well, I feel very blessed, yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So for 20 years, you kind of had mediocre hearing aids,
yes,
and then you went to Lisa, and she said it right.
Yes, my wife, she passed away about a year ago, and she was always saying, Ron, please get new hearing aids. I said, well, I have new hearing aids. And unfortunately, I waited until after she passed, and then I got my hearing aids. I'm sad now that my wife would be smiling, I'm sure, if she could hear me.
I am sure she is smiling. I am sure she is smiling. And it's amazing with your grandfather clock being able to hear it.
Yes, it amazes me too that I can hear the clock. And my sons visited me for my birthday, and my kitchen television was on, And he said, Dad, you can turn the TV up a little bit so you can hear it. I can hear it.
Wow.
He says, you're kidding me.
Wow.
So she's
your
really
family
helped me.
members are noticing too.
Yes.
And how about you, Shirley? Has that been a life changer for you too?
Yes.
Okay, what's a quick little story that makes you know that you're hearing better?
I was just telling Lisa that I can hear my daughter like right there, and she gets like very loud. So now I'm like, all right, let me lower my hearing.
Sometimes they work too well, right?
They work great.
Lisa, what's one thing you would like the audience to know? Like how
I'm
they can
glad-
tell that they might need to get
I'm
help
glad
and
you
when?
asked that. Yeah, because so for me, it's not just hearing aids. I mean, I'm thrilled that they're doing well, you know, but it's not just hearing aids. It's also educating people about hearing loss and auditory deprivation, which is basically if you have hearing loss and you don't treat it, it gets worse and worse and worse.
Oh, okay.
And the brain actually loses its ability to process speech. So I try to counsel and educate people on the importance, you know, of treating their hearing loss so that they don't lose their word recognition and their, you know, their ability to communicate.
And as we wrap, also because of Alzheimer's too, I heard that there's a link now.
There is
so you
a
want to
link.
be able to hear.
Cognitive
It helps
function
your cognitive
and hearing,
function.
absolutely. So it's, you know, I mean, to hear what they say, just that's what I live for. That's it.
Well, I'm glad that you brought them with you because it really is in that. It's in their smiles. It's in those stories that you share. So I thank you all very, very much. And thank you for your extraordinary journey. And when is your birthday, Ronald?
In January.
And when is your birthday, Shirley?
May.
And when is your birthday,
May.
Lisa? So happy birthday to all of you. When you said that you celebrated with your son and that you didn't have to turn up the TV, I get that. So continuous happy birthday wherever you're singing and however you celebrate. So and now you can actually hear people sing to you. So happy birthday to all of you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
We hope that everything you hear is as sweet as the stories you've heard today. Thanks for watching.